Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived to the one we've been waiting for all weekend tonight. The running of race 8, the Howard Pacific Finance Group 1, $100,000 to the winner, Paws of Thunder for 2006. One of the most established now Group 1 races we have around Australia, despite the race only being conducted on 6 previous occasions. It all started back in the year 2000 when that brilliant Victorian bitch, Sue Ellen Bale, off the one box, took out the inaugural running of this race. Last year it was won also by a Victorian who have nearly dominated really the 6 years, and that being Pure Octane, trained by Darren McDonald. Modern Assassin scored a brilliant win in 2001, another Victorian that took out the race also. Tonight again we have representatives from both New South Wales and Victoria, so $100,000 going to the winner. We again have our representatives from Howard Pacific Finance, Mr Terry Nunn and Mr Lou Trineski, here to present the mementos to each of the 8 finalists as they proceed over the presentation dais. Let's introduce the runners to you for the 2006 Paws of Thunder final. From Victoria's first along, won the red, Suave fella, trained by Jason Thompson. One of the 2 runners that Jason has in here this evening. The greyhound is drawn ideally. He is drawn to get the run of the race here tonight. He is a winner of 9 races from 27 starts. He came up with a one here last week in the semi in a very strong victory. The first time he'd actually drew the inside in quite a number of starts, but he handled it superbly like a true professional. He will get the run. There's predictions throughout the week of the trouble that might come in this race, and there's nothing better than drawing the prize one in a Group 1. Won the red, Suave fella. 2 checks tonight as I Love Lucy. Vincent Bennett is the trainer from New South Wales, and I suppose one of the real surprises over the last 3 weeks of this series was very lucky to be here tonight because she only just scraped into the semi-finals after finishing 4th in the heats. Then in the semi last week, in a brilliant display, a double-figure odds, one off the outside draw, giving Connections an enormous thrill to get through to their first Group 1. She's going to go out tonight, probably the bolter of the field. The Connections are just pleased to be there, and we did see a 40-to-1 shot win it in 2002. 2 the checks as I Love Lucy. 3 white tonight also from New South Wales, JL, trained by Stuart Dickinson. Well, this is one of the speed dogs. He's a brilliant box dog. He could be one of the likely leaders in the drive to the first turn. He was sold, in fact, before the semis last week to new owners down in Melbourne, and this is going to give those owners a tremendous thrill. You purchase a dog, 7 days later you're straight into your first Group 1. Just an amazing result. He's been a model of consistency. His win rate here at Wentworth Park is not brilliant, for the fact is that he leads up on so many occasions and does set the races up for the chasers, but he'll be there tonight, 3 the white, JL. 4 blue on the Paws of Thunder is Andy Palmer, the second of the Jason Thompson runners from Victoria, a greyhound with incredible strength. This greyhound has tremendous last run home sections. He's a greyhound that has probably mixed his distances over 500, 550 and 600 over the last 5 or 6 months with tremendous success. He's an honest greyhound. He's a dog that probably will need a little bit of luck into that drive to the first corner, but he's a well-balanced greyhound who can bustle and get himself in the winning positions. He's plenty of strength, and Connections really can't split the 2 of them tonight. 4 the blue, Andy Palmer. Drawing the squeeze, but probably a box that's got a very good record at Wentworth Park is the yellow. 5 the yellow, Janesta Gemini. Neil Falls, the trainer. With this greyhound 3 starts to go, took out the prestigious group Lismore Cup against a pretty hot field of sprinters from Queensland and New South Wales. Since then, Neil decided to elect to take her into this series, and she was able to win her heat before finishing runner-up in the semi-final. She's another one that's got that early speed into the first corner, and luck will be needed. Probably a little bit fortunate that she got a runner on it inside that is not brilliant for the first 50, which will allow her to get that galloping room that she's going to need. 5 the yellow, and that being Janesta Gemini. 6 the green tonight is again from New South Wales, and a very popular runner too is Brother News. Brother knows he's got some big cheer squads here. We saw that back in February this year when he took out the National Derby, and wonderful scenes. He's had a lot of injury problems since then, and Connections have really had to work overtime in the 6 months that have preceded the National Derby win. His brilliant victory here last week indicated that he was back to the form that he showed as a youngster back in February to take out that National Derby. It was a sizzling display, and if he's on song out of the boxes tonight, this stand will erupt. 6 the green, Brother Knows. 7 the black tonight is Wonga Willie Sue, trained by Denise Robinson for Helen Moxie. And this breed has had a tremendous success over the past season and a half down in Victoria with Graham Bate. But Doug and Helen Moxley have elected to bring the greyhound back to New South Wales, put it in the care of Denise and Dennis Robinson. And last week, off the inside, a lighter from the boxes to lead all the way in a convincing semi-final win. She's another one that's got that brilliant speed into the first corner, and she'll use plenty of that tonight to try to endeavour to get across and maybe get the break going out of the first corner. She's not without a hope of good odds. 7 the black, Wonga Willie Sue. And the last of the Victorians from box 8 tonight, carrying the pink rug, that being Path the Power, trained by Darren McDonald. It's not the box they wanted last week. The greyhound is an absolute case for the inside. He's had no luck in the box draw. And the worrying factor is that in his 3 runs here in his trial, heat and semi, he has not handled these style boxes, and that is the worrying factor. He's probably a dog tonight that probably needs to fall out, head to the fence, and hope the breaks that can come his way in the first 2 sections. Connections, though, drew the 8 last year with Pure Octane. They were concerned about that, but Pure Octane, like a true professional, had no problems, and he got the money. If anyone can get this dog home and get him out of a box, as we've seen over the last year, it is Darren McDonald, no stranger to winning the group races. He set a record by winning 6 of them in the last season. Can he make it back-to-back? We'll know very shortly. 8 the pink, Path the Power. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We have the 2006 Howard Pacific Finance Paws of Thunder. 8 outstanding sprinters which are parading down there up the straight at the moment. But before we see them head to the boxes, I'd like to introduce to you now Mr. Dave Andrews, who is fast becoming one of Sydney's most acclaimed singing sensations in jazz, swing and also contemporary vocals. David will soon start heading up a band by the name of Crash Avenue, and he is currently touring in his own swing show with the Industry Avenue Swing Band in Newcastle. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dave Andrews to sing this evening's national anthem.
$1 awaits the winner of this event as the green light goes through to the control tower. Money is set in motion for the Paws of Thunder final. 2006 ready, set, racing. JL began well with Brother Nose, quickly away Wonga Willie Sue. Path the Power has a straight run down the outside. They were followed the fence by Janista Gemini. Andy Palmer's well back. Likewise Suave Fella. Path the Power checked on the tail ender. I Love Lucy. Wonga Willie Sue, the despised outsider in front of Janista Gemini on the top corner. 4 lengths away as Brother Nose charging into it. Suave Fella, Path the Power the inside. Here's a big finish. They fan the corner into the straight now. On the outside, Suave Fella race to the lead from Wonga Willie Sue, and Suave Fella takes out the Paws. Suave Fella has won the money from Wonga Willie Sue, tight for 3rd. There's Brother Nose, Janista Gemini up there. Over on the fence, Path the Power flashed up, and it's in the photo for 3rd. Next in the race was I Love Lucy, JL, and Andy Palmer. Well, what about that on the home corner?
Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Well done, Jason. Ladies and gentlemen, the winning trainer, Jason Thompson. Suave Fella takes out the 2006 Group 1 Paws of Thunder. Well, he was boxed. He was the greyhound that was going to get the breaks. But, gee, any one of 5 could have went on the corner. What were you thinking at that stage?
I run a place. Yeah. Look, he got poleaxed halfway up the straight by Andy Palmer, nearly put him into the fence, and I thought, oh, shit, they're both out the race. And he pushed through and he drove and he just chased, like, and driving, and no, it was just a good effort.
Oh, you've had some tremendous success over particularly the recent years with the likes of Whiskey Assassin, that incredible run through provincial cups and the like, and what he did at Sandown. How does all this compare, a Group 1?